Hey, welcome to the Keep It Cute Show. I'm DaKiya.
And I'm Sabrina. And today we have a very special guest. We have the illustrious Larry Lancaster joining us. Yes, this Baltimore-born and raised comedian, philosopher, radio host, and well-dressed man, might I add. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man. You guys, I love the energy here. It's like,
Thank you.
yeah, this is nice. I really do feel like I'm in a nice rental office. This is beautiful, like upscale.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I'm going to charge half for that rent, too.
Yeah, this is definitely a gated community rental office, too. Like,
You are silly.
Larry has recently gotten hitched to a beautiful and creative Kay Holloway, who's also a singer, entertainer, and fashionista in her own right.
Right.
And so we definitely want to dive into love for a creative soul, love for the public persona. But before we go there,
Yes, let's start with a little bit of an icebreaker. All right, we like to start every episode with the icebreaker. Just a crazy question, kind of loosen you up, see where your head is at. So, our question for this week is, if you could have an unusual pet, what would it be? Like, it's not even if it's not legal, any pet that you could
any
think about.
any kind of pet.
well, a lion.
Oh, come on,
He
roar.
went big. He went big. Okay.
Yeah,
Roar.
I love lions. I love how powerful and regal and majestic they are.
I would agree.
Yeah.
My high school mascot was a lion, so I really identify with the lion. Shout out to all my Carol Lions out there, class of...
Oh, okay. Caroline.
Yeah.
Yes.
That did sound very like...
Yeah.
She snuck it in like
Yeah.
she was speaking to a secret society.
It is. We go strong, though. We are loyal. Yes. What would you do, sis?
I went the opposite route. I went for like cute and cuddly, what I think would be cute to like snuggle with. I want a red panda. You know those little red pandas? They're like this big, and they have like it's like a little baby panda, but they look like a fox and a panda mixed together.
Okay.
You never seen
Now
them?
that sounds cute, but still illegal. That sounds like
Yeah,
an
a
animal
lion is
not-
legal.
that's-
A lion is not legal.
You can have a lion, but it sounds like what
He trying to
you,
Carol Baskin.
No,
I'm
it
ready.
sounds like what you want comes on the black market or something.
Yeah, for sure. It really does.
Oh, no. I was going with the flamingo. Not just to like play with, but I just want them walking in the backyard with little, because they look like ballerinas.
That's beautiful.
I love my
nice.
ballet, so it
you
looks
just
like
want
little
to look at,
ballerinas.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't expect you to say that.
It
I like
sounds
that.
like a ridiculous answer at first.
Yeah.
But when
But
you
just
think about it, it's
look at
like,
the
yeah.
backyard.
Wouldn't you be not? I would love to see some
Flamingos are
flamingos in
just
my
cool.
backyard.
Yes, just walking by the little pond.
And it always says Miami.
Yes.
Yes,
Flamingos.
exotic.
Yeah.
Miami.
Yes, or Bermuda.
And
or
you're a pink girl, so
I'm a pinky, yes,
so
yes.
it's like, and they're pink, so there you go.
Exactly. All right, so let's get into it, sis.
Okay, so first we want us to tell us about yourself. You know, tell a little bit more about your background, maybe your zodiac sign. What do you like to do for fun?
I feel like I'm being set up on a date.
Well, your wife is already here. Your wife is here. So
And I'm just going to talk long enough to talk myself out of the date. That's what I'm
Good
feeling.
answer.
Yes.
No, okay, so Larry Lancaster, father of two beautiful children. They're both grown. My son is a ballet dancer. And yes, he dances at Pacific Northwest Ballet.
Oh my God, I own a
in
ballet
Seattle.
studio.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So if he ever needs a job,
Come on back. You can work at Dance Dimensions. I am hiring.
you have a dancer's walk and posture.
Oh, well, thank
It makes
you.
sense once you hear it.
I mean, my mama spent a lot of money on them classes. I
Yeah,
better have
you
something
can
to show
see
for it.
It's like,
She does.
it's like I
She
know
doesn't mean to look down on you from the top of her nose. It's
It's
just
not that
natural.
I'm better
It's
than
just
you
natural.
guys, but I am. You know, it's that kind of.
Yeah.
It's good for your spine. It's good for your spine. You don't need a chiropractor when you elongate.
No, it's nice.
But good posture is key.
It
so,
is.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
So he's a dancer. How long
Yes.
did he was he a dancer? How long did he train? Where did
Well,
he train?
since he can walk.
Really?
He started off doing hip hop dancing, and that was his thing. He used to have a Michael Jackson routine that he used to do, get booked for child's parties and stuff like that.
Nice.
And he was phenomenal too. And then one day his mother just said, I'm going to sign him up for ballet classes just so he can have like a classical base. And they had him free at Peabody.
Okay.
And he did it. And we thought it would be a one-time thing. And that would be it. And he liked it.
Nice.
He kept doing it, you know, and we just allowed him to do what what he was passionate about.
I love it. Boys dance too. I have a lot of young men at my studio, and I always love to see the dads support the sons doing ballet.
I was just gonna say that.
And that's very important because it's not always going to be basketball and football.
Right.
Exactly.
It's whatever they take joy in. So.
All right, I'm gonna connect with your son. We're gonna get that.
Ballet dancers are strong.
Yes.
Their bodies are chiseled.
The men here lift
they're
us up.
athletes.
My son looks like a bronze Greek god.
Yes, they really do.
Really?
Don't front on the male ballet dancers.
When he was a kid, he was a little chubby, little fat little kid.
It leans you out.
And he had like asthma and ADHD and all the training. He has none of those issues.
Wow.
We changed
It's a
his
discipline.
diet.
I love that.
We didn't medicate him, and we changed his diet, and it got rid of most of those childhood issues.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay, so you said you're a father.
Yes.
What else?
Yes, because we can go on.
Right.
Yeah, I was like,
now,
keep going.
about to dance.
I started doing comedy about 23, 24 years ago. I was a corrections officer, and
You needed something to laugh at after that.
but I'm gonna tell you something. The corrections officers are the funniest people you ever want to meet. People who endure hardships and have like a hard, stressful, like life-threatening job. They're the funniest people ever. Cops, firefighters, because it's the people that you guys all risk your lives together,
right?
And it's a certain community, and they're the fun. And I'm talking about gross, inappropriate.
That's what came to mind.
Right. I didn't expect anything different.
The average person heard be like, "Oh my God, that's not funny."
Yeah,
but this is how they cope.
Yeah,
and that's why you notice black people have this sense.
Yes,
because of
I was thinking that.
our generational traumas.
It is a trauma response. You gotta lighten the mood a little bit to keep away from crying.
Yeah, balance it out. Yeah,
exactly. Jewish people, suffering people, they have a certain wit about them. So, I started doing comedy as a defense mechanism, because I had my mom had mental illness when I was a kid. And so she was like known as the crazy person in the neighborhood. So the kids used to tease me, pick on me, and I had to,
be quick.
Be quick. And then it got to a point where I could just look at you for 5 minutes and then bam, there's nothing you can say.
Yeah.
And so I had to manage that once I started being a professional comedian.
Because you just stay joning on people.
That's a trigger. And so you don't want to take your childhood trauma and use it as a weapon on somebody else. So I started developing material, being more improvisational and not being so mean or mean-spirited, with comedy. So now I just try to be, peaceful, zen-like, and just make people laugh without offending them.
That's a hard line though to toe.
Now,
I'm so glad I met him now.
And now I don't go out of my way not to offend people.
Yeah.
But I don't go out of my way to offend people. So,
Wow. All right. So comedian for 20 plus years.
Yes.
Philosopher, radio host. How long you been doing
Where
that?
did philosopher come from? Who added that?
I think your wife did.
She's in the back. The bio. What you told me that. Now I'm a narcissist. I'm like, I said I'm the philosopher.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're a radio host.
Yes,
Okay.
radio. Thank you for redirecting.
Yes. Tell us about
Enough
that.
of that shit. Radio.
We ain't gonna get you in trouble. Yeah.
She's staring me. So, radio host, and I love doing radio. I grew up listening to black radio. It was communal. It was important. It was like the drum. We could meet and get information, be entertained, inform, all of that. And that's what I grew up on. And I don't think radio does that now.
Right.
It's like these big corporate conglomerates by these stations, and it's like fast food. You don't really get the spice of the town. You get, you go in any city, all black radio sounds the same.
Yeah. Playing the same music.
So what I try to do is do it the old way.
Yeah, because now people want to stream. They want to be on YouTube
but
and Spotify.
I add a little bit of that. So when I program the music, it's a playlist. So it's not like, oh, you're going to hear Tupac, then a gospel song, then the R&B song.
If you put my iPod on, not iPod, I'm dating myself. My phone on shuffle, you're going to hear some.
But now
anything.
you can tell a playlist like a nice album.
Yeah.
So if you're in a certain groove, whatever that mood is for that time, the playlist reflects that. So if you're in a sexy mood, then I got a sexy playlist. If you want to hear old hip hop, then that's what it is. It's not an up and down. It's whatever the vibe is. That's what we in for that day.
Did you have a sex playlist back in the day? You know how guys used to create like that tape CD
with the cassette.
Yeah, you had the cassette. You had one. So if a girl came up, you like pop this in, ready, whatever.
No, I used to like to get it on with the light from the TV. That's another story. But
Okay.
Shoot, I got a little playlist now myself.
I mean, nothing wrong with a playlist.
A little playlist.
Okay,
y'all I didn't think you guys were old enough to remember when people used to prepare.
I don't
for
think
sex.
you know how
Remember
old
that?
I am.
When you used
I'm
to-
actually flattered that he doesn't know how old I am.
Y'all don't think you know how old I am.
No, because y'all was like, remember when you put the playlist on? Like, I don't think people do that now. You just like,
No, because Spotify has the algorithms. They have the algorithms. They just run with it. Yeah, you just have to think about it.
Right.
yeah, you had to actually make it. You had to wait to let the song record. It was a process.
I remember
Trying to turn it back in the cassette.
Yeah.
record off of the radio because you have to wait and you got to push record at the same time with the two fingers to record and to play at the
all
same
of that.
time.
That's what my voicemail was. It was
Right.
always,
You had to time that joint out, right?
my voicemail was always that. Okay, wait. Before we move on, your zodiac sign.
I'm a Leo.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's why he want a lion.
Yeah,
Right?
I love lions.
There we
That's
go.
another thing.
Okay. And what is your favorite thing to do on your free time?
Just be with my wife.
Good answer. Good
No, really.
answer.
Getting all the points there, y'all.
No, I used to be a person who I would meet people like this, and I would be like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like you're.
I knew a guy, he was an older guy, he was a radio personality, and he took his wife everywhere. And there were certain comics who would always have their wives with them at the show, and I'm just like, I would kill myself if I had to be that person.
Y'all so hooked. Yeah.
And now I'm that person.
Aw.
And
I
it's
love that
like-
for you.
No, really, it's like if I go somewhere and she's not with me, I feel weird. And I used to hear people, you just feel like that's not healthy. Like to spend that much time with somebody, but we do it because we want to do it.
Yes. It's
And
different.
we're also cool enough to be, if there ever came a time where it's like, all right, now I'm going to do this by myself today.
Yeah.
And
It's a guy's day or whatever.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope it would be that way.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. So let's take it back all
Let's
the way
take it
back.
all the way back
All the way
first.
back.
All the way back
You're
first.
so in love with your wife now. We love
Yes.
that she's beautiful. She's amazing. The energy is radiating from behind the camera and in front of the camera. Like I feel like I'm watching something I ain't supposed to be watching.
Yeah.
But
I contact that
Right,
I see
exactly.
that
Yo, we corny as shit, yo.
I love it. I love it. But go back to
We
your
corny.
first falling in love.
Yeah,
When did you first fall in love? I feel like that Lauryn Hill album, at the end of Miseducation, the teacher was talking, like, when did you first fall in love?
It was Monica Whiting.
Oh, you said her whole
First
government
name.
name.
Yeah, I told my wife this story.
Okay.
She knows everything.
Oh.
That's how I know she's the one. Because
Yeah.
I've never been this honest with a woman ever. Yeah, because it's always like y'all make us pay for honesty.
Well, we gonna get into that.
She
part.
makes me pay too, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay, so what was it about Monica Whiting?
We met at Poly, and I was
That's
like,
a high school in Baltimore for those that don't know.
Polytechnic Institute. And I just remember seeing this real pretty chocolate girl, and she had like high cheekbones and these pretty like almond shaped eyes, and she had the long. Remember when girls was doing the little
The swoop?
hair where it was like your eye was covered,
The Aaliyah
Yeah.
swoop.
but you could still tell she was looking at you.
Yeah.
You can see like the eyelash
cracks,
kind of
yeah.
like, and then they had the other joint like, so she had the wrap, and it was just bone straight. She had straight black pretty hair. She looked like a black Indian, and she had the nicest little shape, right? And I just was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
and that became like my first girlfriend.
Yeah?
Yeah,
So you asked her out.
we didn't do it that way. We just saw enough of each other till we was like, yeah, this is just us.
Oh.
Okay. So how did you
And
know?
we were young, like 15, 16. You don't know what love is.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you actually do. I take that back. You know what it is for that time. So, yeah.
You're like,
did
I
you
know
know?
this feels special.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you know you were in love though?
Because I ain't want nobody else to be with her. I ain't want her to be with nobody else.
Selfish.
I'm very territorial.
Okay.
And I met my wife, And I was like trying to resist like just her being the one. Yeah, because we always fight it. Men, we never go down easy. Always. Y'all, once you start feeling those feelings, you're like, oh my God. You're just so happy to feel them for somebody. But we like, oh shit. It's like we fight it.
Why?
Because men, we don't like to be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. That's a weak spot for that. When you completely fall in love with a woman, you're really at her mercy.
Yeah.
So, and you can't just give that away easy. You have to vet that. You have to make sure that she's worthy of that. At least that's what I do. I don't just go off of, oh, we're having a good time. She pretty and it's feeling good. I'm like, nah, can I trust you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Can I be vulnerable with you? Do you understand your place and my place? The relationship is deep, you know, so you got to vet it.
So you just answered our next question, which is like, do men and women fall in love differently from your perspective?
Most different.
So y'all don't get the butterflies, rom-com.
Okay. And that's when we start fighting. The minute we start feeling that, we like, oh shit, she different. Yeah. We don't just let go. We got to fight it. And you don't, a lot of women don't understand, like, you have to win us over. Once we really know we're falling, it's like, okay, now I gotta make sure this is right.
Do you feel like you're waiting for her to slip up? Like you're testing her, like you're just waiting for something to happen to be like, that's it. That's the reason why I can't fall in love with you?
Well, yeah, but you're not that happy about it.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, you always got one eye open, but you're disappointed. You want her to be the one, but it's like you're not just gonna say. And I think women, because the way you guys are the receivers, so the way you guys love is different. I mean, God made y'all to produce life, so when you can do that, you have to love unconditionally. But you also have to make sure you vet the person that you get, because that's a lot to give somebody. You got to make sure they deserve it. And I think men do that. So I remember having a conversation with a sister, right? And we used to date, and we were talking about something, and she was talking about this guy she was with. And when I listened to the timeline, I was like, wait a minute. That was when we were seeing stuff. Right? And she was like, and here's the funny part of that. She said the guy left her because he couldn't trust her.
Well, clearly so she's just telling on herself.
But she was saying me. And she said, but he didn't know that. I said, obviously he did.
Yeah.
It was something about
he sensed it.
Right. And I say that's the difference between men and women. We don't wait to catch. If we don't feel right, we'll walk away quicker. Because once we give in, then it's harder.
Once you give in, you feel like it's harder for you to walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you realized you fell in love, you was fighting the urge, you know, she won you back over. She convinced you that she was the one. How did you propose? How did you know you wanted to marry her? You knew you were in love at this point. How did you know you wanted to marry her?
Everything happened so fast. So I knew, because I was one of those people who was like, I'm never getting married again. And it wasn't even that I had a bad marriage, because that's not true. My wife was a wonderful woman, beautiful person, and really loved me, right? So it's no like, you know how men be so bitter about me. It wasn't that for me. It was just that I never thought that I could be truly faithful enough or committed enough to somebody to say. So I just felt like until I feel that way, I would just not do it. And then when I met her, I was like, wow, I really could see myself with her for the rest of my life. Like, because I couldn't think of doing anything else. That's all I wanted to do.
How long was your first marriage? I'm sorry.
Okay.
We were together for like 7 years, and then we were still married, but not together for over 20 or something.
Oh.
You were married, but not together for over 20 years?
You just didn't sign them papers.
Wow.
No, because she was in Germany, I was in America. It wasn't like we was running into each other at the Giant. So it was just, you know, it was like the plane ride divorced us.
Yeah.
So it was like, that was enough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you met your new wife, you were fighting it, you felt like this is something here. What about her?
I just loved her company. Mm-hmm. And with women, we love your company, but to a point. You know what I mean? She erased that point.
Okay.
Where it was just like, I just liked hanging out with her. I just like chilling with her. We laugh, we joke, we fought. Like, and here's really when I knew she was the one. When we could have knockdown, drag out fights, and it wasn't the end of the relationship. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the other thing people don't get. Like, all the warm and fuzzy shit, it's like, that's cool. But can you fight and then still love each other?
It's fight fair. You gotta fight
big
fair.
on that, fighting fair. Like,
But
we're trying to like
fight fair.
Oh.
We fought like we was trying to kill each other.
Oh.
Well,
like,
what is her zodiac sign?
She's a Cancer.
Oh, yeah, they formidable.
And it was basically we did and said things to each other that it would be like anybody else, that would be it. Mm-hmm. But we kept coming back. So it was like, then it got to a point like we've said the worst shit to each other and we're still here. Mm-hmm. So at that point, why do it?
Yeah.
It's
right.
like, all right, we not going nowhere.
Yeah.
As if we were, we'd have been gone.
Right.
Yeah. So then it's like, it ain't, in a weird way, it makes you understand like, yo, we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So
it's unnecessary.
It's not a big enough issue for us to leave each other. So I'm going to argue. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say we still don't have arguments or fights, but it's like the shit is in perspective.
Do you feel like you argue about like little things that are really inconsequential? Like you didn't pick up your shit, or no. Okay, so we fight. It's actually meaningful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it needs to happen.
Okay.
And I just realized that as I said it. That whenever we had, because we had so many moments where if we were the old people we'd be fighting all the time, that we can laugh about the shit. Like we joke about it before it even becomes an issue. But even when it's tense, like we had those moments where it's like, and we would have escalated it, we know how to just move through it. And then those are the moments where the shit just like, And then when we had those moments, like, all right, this shit need to happen. By now, we're so skilled at not doing it that if it happens, then it really had to happen.
So what's one thing that has surprised you about marriage?
How much I love it and enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah.
I love to hear a man say that.
The crazy part is we don't associate that with marriage.
Yeah, it's always, you guys always talk about it being a ball and chain.
Yeah.
Right. And when you look at TV shows, that's how they portray it. They kind of like already start mentally preparing you for that.
Yeah.
And romanticize the affairs, romanticize the sneaky shit. That's sexy. That's you thrown up against the wall. When you really look at romance in media, the husband and wife shit is boring. You don't see them have a hot, passionate sex.
Right.
Really. So but with us, it's like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I used to always just think a woman's purpose, and most men, they won't agree to this, is somehow always sexual.
Okay.
No matter how much you love her, no matter how much you do for her, it's really about, I just want to be the guy that gets to keep having sex with her. And nobody else. But when you can love somebody past that, like, I didn't think that was possible. And so when I met my wife, she had surgery. So for a minute, we couldn't really, and I just still wanted to be around her. Whereas before, the old me would have been like, yo, I'll let you once you...
Yeah, I'm going to come visit you.
Right.
When I gotta
once the stitches out.
Yeah.
And I still would have called, checked on you, all that shit, but it would have been just enough to keep you closer when it was over. But I wanted to be there for her. I wanted to go to the market for her. I wanted to care for her, love her, And I told her that, I said, I'm going to love you the way you need to be loved right now.
Oh,
that's perfect.
That's really sweet. So you're a creative. Your wife's a creative. Do you think that also plays an element in how you guys are able to get along? Because there's a lifestyle that a creative person has,
Yes.
you know what I mean, that your partner has to understand and accept. You know what I mean?
We are very knowledgeable and understanding of each other's art, not just our art. And I think that's why it works so good, because I understand and have an appreciation for music, and she has the same understanding and appreciation for comedy. So I can get advice from her that I probably couldn't even get from a veteran comic.
and she can get advice from me that she wouldn't be able to get from another singer because it's a completely different perspective.
It's fresh eyes.
Yeah.
And do you feel like, in terms of lifestyle too, how does that also play? Because I'm like a stand-up comedian, musician. Those are odd hours.
Right.
Late
You know,
nights.
that's
Yeah.
late nights.
And that's why it's
precarious
so important
places
that we love to spend so much time together. 'Cause
Okay.
that would be a difficult issue if
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
So we love doing those things together. I love bringing her with me. We try to schedule things where we don't have gigs on the same day. So we
Okay.
can be there for each other.
Yeah. It sounds like quality time is like your love language.
Yeah.
It does.
It really is. And then we love just sitting on the sofa, just watching TV just as much. Because those
That's my favorite.
You need those quiet, just be still moments.
So since you're doing those odd hours, you're in the club, I'm sure that there's groupies. You know, how do you guys handle for her as well? You know, for both of you guys, whenever someone is in the spotlight, there's more eyes on them. There's more,
People are
whatever.
attracted to your energy.
Exactly.
To your light. So.
How do you navigate that?
I think we just we do such a good job of loving each other in public that it kind of really wards that off.
Now, some people just be trying it. You don't think?
But I think when people see two people like into us, like the people can tell how much we into each other. It makes people don't even want to date like. No.
Well, that's good. It's good that people are respectful.
Unless I'm enjoying them, it ain't going. You know what I mean? We got that kind of energy. Like, don't come over here thinking you doing
Separate.
right.
Yeah.
No, it ain't that kind of.
And then when you're by yourself,
I think when I'm by myself,
on the rare occasions that happens,
I always say to myself, if she walked there right now, would I be doing anything that would displease her? And so that's what I remember. And I still interact with women and still talk to them. You know, hey, beautiful. You know, I'm a naturally charming person. That doesn't go away. But it's like I'm not going to do anything inappropriate in her absence that I couldn't do if she was standing right there.
And was that a tough transition for you?
No.
No? Oh.
I'm gonna need you to teach a class. Can you teach a class to these men?
Please, this is great.
I'm gonna need you to teach a class.
But I don't want to come off like I'm because I was a complete asshole and a dick
Yeah.
for a long time. And I had to really do self-evaluation on myself to be a better person. And it just made me a better person in a relationship. So it wasn't like the relationship made me a better person. I had to do so much work on myself that I could be even blessed with that. Because if I wasn't who I was at the time, I would have fucked it up.
Right.
And the same thing on her end.
I feel like that. I always say that, like, I'm glad I met Walt when I did.
Right.
I don't think that if I met Walt earlier in life, that it would have been a healthy relationship.
Same,
you
same,
know?
yeah.
We say the same because we
like-
actually say
Yeah.
we wish we would have met each other earlier.
I know.
And then we could have avoided so much other bullshit, but you wouldn't have been the same person.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
So,
that bullshit
right.
would have been in y'all relationship.
Right,
You
right.
see? Yeah. So yeah, I feel you on that one specifically. Definitely on that one. And so, do you guys think to like collaborate in your artistry? Does that like also
Yeah.
grow the love?
We're actually working on that. We actually worked together before where I'll introduce her or host for her for the band. Or, you know, it's been times when Dave went out before me and then I had to follow, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, but now we're trying to merge where we're, you ever watch those old variety shows where it used to be like a husband and wife comedy team and all the sing and that, because the performers back then used to do everything.
Yeah.
Variety performers. And they had like a show in Vegas and, you know, people wore tuxedos to see them. They would dress elegantly.
Yeah.
And had a big piano on the stage. And so that's what we want to do.
Oh,
It's
that
like
would be dope.
she can sing, your son can dance, and you can make them laugh.
Right. So
Whole
we
show.
wanna,
Family
we want to
affair.
start, and we have some dope friends who are artists.
Yeah.
And we're like, people need to see them. 'Cause
Yeah.
We go and watch our friends and enjoy them as if we don't know them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to create those spaces where they can just perform and do their thing. And it's like, you know, like friends just hanging out. When you have a bunch of talented friends and somebody get up and do some poetry, somebody get up and tell some jokes, somebody get up and say, you know, I want that kind of vibe.
That's gonna be
for our
dope.
people. 'Cause
That's
I
gonna
don't
be great.
think it's really out there like that.
I love that. I love that. So just to get back on love just a little bit. So what advice would you, just a little bit. I mean, we got a couple more questions and then we can have some fun. But what advice would you give to guys? Because especially you're from Baltimore, you know, I'm from DC. We don't always see those loving examples, like you said, in the media, on TV and things like that. What advice would you give to younger dudes that are starting relationships or considering marriage or all of that?
I would say be honest. And more importantly, be honest with yourself so that you can really tell somebody who you are. Mm-hmm. And that's very hard. It takes us years to do that. But I think if you be honest about where you're at, what your intentions are, yeah, there's going to be somebody who say, hey, that doesn't work for me. But there are going to be other people who say, okay, I'm looking for the same shit at this time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then y'all can vibe and work your things out until, okay, somebody needs to have a conversation to do something else. I think if more of us did that, we would save, because you can't eliminate the fuckboy shit.
Right.
It's just not.
They always going to be there.
But just be honest about being a fuckboy. If that's what you at the time, just say, look, this is what I'm on. Mm-hmm. And there's women out here looking for that.
Mm-hmm. There's some fuck girls out there looking for the same thing. Yeah.
But don't lie. Don't say, hey, I'm looking for that too. And then, because that's just not cool.
Yeah, give them the opportunity to choose. Right. And in turn...
And I'm not saying that as if I've never done it, but I still know this shit is wrong.
Right. And in turn, we have a lot of female viewers. What advice would you give to the women?
The same thing.
The same thing.
You do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And what happens is when you're more authentic, you can spot people who aren't better. You could because it's like they could be the nicest people, they could be the best looking, but you just know, you're like, yo, this shit, I'm gonna waste my time, I'm gonna waste this time. But if you don't know yourself, you'll accept a lot of things that you shouldn't. You'll resent a lot of things that you should have walked away from, right? Because learning yourself and knowing yourself, it takes accountability.
Yeah, that's a big word.
Once you start being accountable, you're less likely to be a victim. Because you understand, like, all right, yeah, he was on some fuckboy shit, but
I allowed it. Too. Yeah, yeah.
So, and then you once you start doing that, then it's like you see the fuckboy shit much closer, much clearer. You're like, oh, I seen this before. All right, go ahead with it. And you just save yourself a whole lot of trouble.
Amen.
Absolutely. It makes it easier for you to see people for who they are.
Right.
Yeah. That's so real. And believe them when they show you
that part.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Anything else you would like to say about your lovely wife or just your love journey?
Well, first of all, I appreciate you, beautiful sisters, man. Your energy was nice and inviting. I hope my answers weren't too long. But you guys are doing a great job. I love what you're doing. This from the time you opened the door, I felt really comfortable, and my wife did too. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. We're not done.
We're not done with you.
We're not done
with you.
I thought it was like, all right, that's
No,
we're just closing out the topic. Now we're gonna have a little fun.
We're gonna have game time.
Yes.
So we're gonna play a game called This or That. And so we are going to ask Larry a series of, questions where he has to choose between two topics as fast as he can. And
don't be taking all day thinking.
Don't be taking all day thinking, okay? So
she always the enforcer.
So do you want to kick us off, sis?
All right, sure. I'll kick off. Okay. Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
Okay.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Of course.
Road trip or flight?
Road trip.
Big spoon or little spoon?
Little spoon.
Really?
Yes.
I need to. Okay, we got to pause on this one. I got to understand. Give us a little more insight on that.
Hold on, because see, y'all said don't think. So when I literally thought big spoon or little spoon. That's what I was thinking.
Oh no,
we talking about cuddling.
Yeah, and the answer is still the same. I'm the little spoon.
Love it.
Now, if I was thinking, I wouldn't have said the shit out loud because I was the little spoon. I would have lied and said I was the big spoon.
Okay. Would you rather be the funniest person in the room or the finest?
I think being the funniest makes you the funniest.
Come on, I like that. All right, phone calls or texts?
Text.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Kendrick or Drake?
Can't we all just get
No, we said we got to pick one.
You got to choose.
I really like them both, and I like and this is not a political answer, but I really do like them both. But if I had to pick one, it would be Kendrick.
Oh, okay. SZA or Summer Walker?
SZA.
Doja Cat or Tinashe?
Definitely Doja Cat. Now, let me explain this.
Right.
Doja Cat.
My wife loves Doja Cat's music.
Me too. I love her
She's
too.
educated me on Doja Cat. In fact, she's a chocolate Doja Cat without the daddy
I can
issues.
see that. I can see
Without the daddy
I can
issues.
see that. Oh my God.
She's
Such a good
definitely a
call out.
Doja Cat. Minus the satanic worship. and-
Right.
and the daddy
That's a little weird.
issues. Right.
Okay.
But as far as just a pure artist, so then that gave me an appreciation for Doja Cat.
She's very
and
very
I'm
talented.
Like, she's
So
amazing.
talented. Yeah. Okay, morning sex or evening sex?
Morning sex.
Date night out or Netflix and chill?
Actually, both. But if I had to pick one, date night out.
Okay.
Land Rover or G-Wagon?
Land Rover.
An old fashioned or Jack and Coke?
A Jack and Coke. Because I don't even know what the hell's in an old franchise. I think George Jefferson's
Whiskey or
neighbor
bourbon?
used to order it or something.
Yeah.
Breast or ass man?
Definitely an ass man.
Okay. Natural versus purchase, like BBLs or natural bodies?
Nothing fake.
Role play or toys?
Definitely role play. I feel like you got to start bringing toys in.
Really?
Yeah, it's like you're the quarterback and then they draft another quarterback.
Really?
You like, yo, wait a minute, y'all fucking still.
toys. They don't have to just be
Nah.
like a dildo or vibrator.
Let me
It could be
ask y'all
anything
this,
else.
because I knew this was going to be your answer. Have you ever been having mind-blowing sex and then said, but let me stop and plug some shit up?
Well, there's
Never.
batteries, so you don't have to plug it up. But
Right. You never stop to get something else.
no, you're right. You're absolutely
the most
right.
mind-blowing sex usually doesn't have any.
Yeah,
of that.
you're absolutely right.
That's my point.
Okay.
No taken.
But
you
have
win
you
that
had
one.
mind-blowing sex that started with role play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could start. Why are we trying to convince this man? Him and his
Right.
wife are happy.
I don't.
I don't know. I was just surprised when you said that. I was like,
You do
okay.
the toy thing, I'll be watching the game or something.
Okay, so now I need to know, what is a role play fantasy?
I don't really have those.
Okay.
Because to me, that stuff is not sustainable. I think you have to fall in love with the everyday ordinariness of sex. Because that's what it ends up being for the rest of your life. All
Lord
of that,
willing.
I'm going to put a cop uniform on so you can fuck me. Okay, that works tonight. But eventually, that's going to get old. And then what?
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
that's
like,
true. It's people feel like it's to keep it spicy.
It's
Like,
the
let's
big-
switch it up.
My shit rock night right now. I'm going to roll over. Bop, 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 bop. You got to learn to do that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, that's what you're going to do the most.
Okay. Summer dress or tight jeans?
I love my wife in jeans because she's got just a beautiful, her body is amazing. But the summer dress though, sometimes
Them sundresses, get them every time.
when you just see a little handle
It,
was
like,
under there.
it jiggle a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So what's your
nice.
answer? He just said both.
Yeah, I tried to give you, but this time I'm just had to like,
Yeah. Okay.
I love it. I love it. So tell everybody where they can find you, where they can catch you, get in touch with you.
You can catch me every Saturday, Throwback Saturdays, WEAA 88.9 FM, or you can go to weaa.org and stream it every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And it's called Throwback Saturdays with Larry Lancaster, Mike Nice. Just listen once. That's all I ask you to do. And then take it from there. As far as any of my comedy stuff, you can, I'm on all social media at comedian Larry Lancaster.
Awesome.
I love
Well,
it.
thank you, bro, for coming
Thank
on the
you,
show.
thank you,
It's been
thank
such
you,
a joy
thank
to
you,
have you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And thank y'all for watching. And be sure to tune in every Thursday night at 8 p.m. on the Keep It Cute Show. Find us on YouTube and all streaming platforms. And in the meantime, make sure you have a great week and keep it cute.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.